Following Errol Spence's unexpected loss, the boxing world witnessed a dramatic turn of events when he decided to exercise his rematch clause. This clause, often the last resort for fighters seeking redemption, symbolized Spence's unyielding determination to avenge his defeat against Terrence Crawford. It was a bold move that sent shockwaves through the sport, indicating that the undisputed champion was ready for a rematch. As the dust settled, it became evident that Spence wasn't going to make it easy for Crawford this time around. His decision to trigger the rematch clause ignited a spark in the boxing community, rekindling the excitement and anticipation of a clash between these welterweight titans.
Whether do or not, I'm going to be undisputed.
The response from Terrence Crawford was equally fierce. He was not one to back down from a challenge, and his fiery determination matched Spence's resolve. The world watched as these two formidable fighters engaged in a verbal showdown, stoking the flames of anticipation. The tension between Crawford and Spence had been palpable ever since their first encounter. It was a fight that ended in Crawford's victory, but not without controversy and debate. Some believe that external factors, such as Spence's grueling weight cut and the aftermath of a devastating car accident, played a significant role in his lackluster performance. Others, however, argued that Crawford's superior skills and strategic brilliance were the key factors behind his triumph. Amidst the back and forth, one voice that emerged in this heated debate was that of Paulie Malignaggi. The former world champion brought a wealth of experience and insight to the table, and he was quite vocal about his reservations regarding the rematch. Malignaggi contended that the first fight between Crawford and Spence had provided a clear and conclusive result. In his view, a rematch might not offer anything substantially different, suggesting that Crawford's victory was a testament to his superior skills and strategies.
Even if you elect to give Errol Spence Jr. a rematch, please do not do this.
However, opinions in the boxing world were far from unanimous. Enter Stephen A. Smith, a renowned sports analyst known for his passionate takes on sporting events. Smith approached the potential rematch from a more emotional perspective. He acknowledged the prowess of both fighters, but emphasized the mutual respect they had for each other. In a heartfelt plea, Smith urged both Crawford and Spence to consider the implications of an immediate rematch. He believed that the two fighters shared a bond that went beyond the confines of the boxing ring, and rushing into a rematch might jeopardize that camaraderie. The contrasting views of Malignaggi and Smith represented the broader divide within the boxing community. While some clamored for an immediate rematch, believing it to be the ultimate test of both fighters' mettle, others advocated for patience, suggesting that a hasty decision might not be in the best interests of either boxer. Amidst all this drama, one thing was certain. The potential Crawford versus Spence rematch was more than just a fight. It was a test of legacy and a story of respect. But what made this matchup even more intriguing was the analysis of their previous encounter. In their last face-off, Crawford's prowess had been on full display. He had dominated the ring, leaving Errol Spence grappling for answers. While Crawford's victory was clear, the reasons behind Spence's performance became a topic of intense debate. Many pointed to the significant weight cut he underwent before the fight as a potential reason for his lackluster performance. Additionally, the psychological and physical aftermath of the car accident that Spence had been involved in was considered another contributing factor. However, not everyone was convinced that these external factors were the primary reasons for Spence's defeat. Mikey Garcia, a respected figure in the boxing community, offered a different perspective. He opined that Crawford's superior skill level was the decisive factor. Crawford's boxing acumen, technique, and strategy had overshadowed any external challenges. It was a viewpoint that echoed the sentiments of George Foreman, a name synonymous with power and legacy in the boxing world. Foreman's unique perspective added another layer to the analysis. He acknowledged Spence's potential and believed that, with the right strategy, Spence could turn the tables in a rematch. Foreman criticized Spence's corner for failing to adapt to Crawford's tactics during their initial bout. In Foreman's view, a change in approach and strategy could be the key to Spence reclaiming victory. Indeed, Terrence Crawford's boxing style was a blend of finesse and power. His ability to deceive opponents, coupled with his powerful punches, made him a formidable opponent. What set Crawford apart was his adaptability. He could switch tactics mid-fight, making it challenging for opponents to predict his next move. His strategic mindset, honed over years of training and experience, had been instrumental in his success. On the other side of the ring stood Errol Spence, a fighter synonymous with raw power and unwavering resilience. His punches carried immense weight, and his never-say-die attitude had seen him through many challenging bouts. However, critics argued that Spence's style lacked the versatility needed to counteract a fighter like Crawford. While Spence's power was undisputed, his ability to adapt and change tactics mid-fight had been called into question. The weight cut issue further complicated matters. Many believed that the physical toll of cutting weight had affected Spence's stamina and performance during their last encounter. It was a factor that could not be ignored when analyzing the potential outcome of a rematch. Although it might seem that this rematch was primarily important for Errol Spence, considering his desire to avenge his defeat against Crawford, it held equal significance for both fighters. It was more than just an opportunity to reclaim a title or settle a score. It was about redemption. The previous bout with Crawford had left many questions unanswered. External factors like Spence's weight cut and the aftermath of his car accident had clouded the analysis of his performance. This rematch offered Spence a chance to redeem himself, silence the naysayers, and prove that he could overcome adversity both inside and outside the ring. It was an opportunity to demonstrate that he was not defined by one loss, but by his resilience and determination to rise again. On the other side of the ring, Terrence Crawford saw the rematch as an opportunity to solidify his legacy as one of the greatest welterweights the sport had ever seen. A decisive win against Spence would cement his position at the pinnacle of the boxing world, making a compelling case for his inclusion in discussions about the all-time greats. The potential rematch had sparked a passionate debate within the boxing community, with some eager to see it happen and others questioning its necessity. Commercial and financial considerations also came into play, with concerns about pay-per-view pricing and fan interest. Spence had been adamant about a second fight and had already activated the rematch clause.
I mean, it's a 50-50 fight. I just feel that if I have to pick one, I'm going with the fresher guy.
Eddie Hearn, a prominent figure in the boxing world, found the dynamics of the rematch clause intriguing, especially with Crawford having the upper hand in deciding the weight category for the bout. Hearn's perspective was in contrast to those who believed that fans weren't exactly clamoring to see a second bout between the two fighters. Interestingly, an ESPN poll revealed that a significant portion of boxing fans still held interest in the rematch. A whopping 82% expressed their desire to see the two fighters square off again, with 52% believing that Spence could emerge victorious in the rematch. This demonstrated that there was indeed substantial interest in the bout, despite the debates within the boxing community. With bated breath, the potential Crawford-Spence rematch loomed large on the horizon. If it did materialize, it promised to be an event that would be talked about for generations. The drama, the passion, and the sheer skill on display combined to create a spectacle that transcended the sport itself. But what were your thoughts on the fight? Would Terrence Crawford be able to keep a clean slate against Errol Spence, or would Spence finally get revenge for his earlier defeat? Let us know in the comments. That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell for the latest notifications so that you never miss out on videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.